Welcome.
Thank you for having me. To the chairman, vice chairman, and all members of the committee. Oh, sorry. So let me start over. So chairman, vice chairman, and all members of the committee, thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak before you today. As you've probably heard from everyone, most of our speeches involve education, and in my opinion, this is one thing that we all lack here in one way or another. Between the consumers, the patients, the politicians, the industry, there's a lack of education, and that's the one thing I think that can really bring us together. So with that being said, my name is Elliot Durant. I am a member of the Ohio Cannabis Consumer Coalition, but today I come to you as just a passionate advocate for a plant that has saved many lives. Cannabis has been a big part of my life for 26 years now. I am 38. You do the math there. Now, that may not be something you want to hear, but it is a reality, especially when growing up in the inner city on the east side of Cleveland as a young minority where we're not educated about cannabis at all. Cannabis has been a big part of my life in many ways, from using to growing to being a part of the community to representing the culture, and for the last 6 years, being in the Ohio legal cannabis industry. I strongly oppose Senate Bill 56, not out of disregard for rule of law, but out of deep concern for the democratic process and for the will of the people. The voters of the state made their voices clear when they passed Issue 2. They did not vote for half measures or hidden rollbacks. They voted for a future where cannabis policies reflect fairness, common sense, and forward progress, not outdated stigmas or punitive overreach. Senate Bill 56 disregards that mandate. Rather than honoring the voter-approved framework, this bill pivots towards criminalization, targeting individuals who share cannabis with one another. If our goal is to promote public safety and public health, then we must educate, not incarcerate. I want to say that just one more time. We must educate, not incarcerate. There's a glaring lack of comprehensive cannabis education in Ohio, just like it was when I started when I was 12. Whether it's law enforcement, politicians, medical professionals, or even the public, there is a need for cannabis education. Instead of investing in education and harm reduction, this bill doubles down on punitive measures. That is not progress, that is regression. We must also acknowledge a broader truth. Cannabis policy has for far too long been weaponized disproportionately against marginalized communities. Senate Bill 56 risks repeating those injustices under the guise of regulation. Respectfully, I urge this body to pause to consider whether this legislation reflects the will of voters or simply the will to control a movement they do not understand or have not been educated on. Ohioans voted for legalization, but this is recriminalization in disguise. Do not betray those who place trust in you, yet lead with compassion, with fairness, respect, and most importantly, education. Before I finish, I know you guys like to ask questions, but I do have a question for you guys. Have any of you ever been into an Ohio metric dispensary?
So I will let them answer that if they wish. Are there any questions for the witness? Representative Mohammed with a question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Durant, for your testimony. I just wanted to say thank you for coming. I think I was echoed with Rep. Sonnenberg and Rep. Callender as well. I was at the Cannabis Town Hall a couple weeks ago, and I've had a chance to see a lot of you. So again, thank you for what you're doing. It makes a difference. We're making good progress. I want to give a special recognition to Ranking Member Isaacson for his effort as well, really, in making sure that we're putting a good step forward and that we're making some progress, especially in some of the criminalization parts of the bill. So again, thank you again.
Any other questions for the witness? Representative Callender with a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With permission, I'd like to